Namaste. I thought I'd talk a little bit about this path and the benefits that it can bring when people are willing to walk it in the correct way. It's, as people know that have been here for a long time, it's gone through a lot of changes. And when the path was originally set up, the aim was to get as many to realization as possible. But what was found throughout the years is there's very, very few that are actually wanting to do the work and to be in a place that's conducive to going forward to full realization. So as the path continued to evolve, less and less restrictions have been coming about. And even with these restrictions that are ended, people can make forward progress in their lives and can better their lives and definitely be in a better place as far as it is mentally, physically, etc. Now, the difference in this path, and this is what I've try to explain over and over again with people coming in. This is not a path where you come in with a set of belief systems. It's not about worshiping a guru, putting them on a pedestal, doing pujas to them, etc., etc., etc. That does not fly here for one instant. Okay. If I see somebody that gets into too much guru worship, I just go, this is not happening here. This is not the place for this. The path here is really about sitting with your stuff as it comes up and not discounting the emotions and things that come up. But again, also not buying into the storyline that runs with it, not buying into all the drama that runs with it. Because most of the time what's happening is you have a knee-jerk reaction to something and you are in a set pattern that you've been into for a long time that's on automatic propulsion. So the path is about seeing what is underneath that is driving you in a non-beneficial way, and then coming to grips with that and being able to get rid of the charge that's there, that's driving everything. So this takes, really being able to sit and come to a point of witness state where one can see their actions as they're taking place, can question them, and to go even deeper than that to cut those ties. Now, if one continues to do this and has a Kundalini awakening and things are running in the consciousness that bring up all these other things that are subconscious, which is what's beneficial in the Kundalini awakening itself, then one can get even to greater and deeper levels. Until one breaks through the fabric of duality into the non-dual, and the mind then at that point stills and stops, and then one is in direct consciousness versus a consciousness that's been programmed by one's actions and reactions throughout life. Okay, that's it basically in a nutshell. Okay. For those, and 99.9% of the people on this path now are not going to realization because it really does take backing out of things for some time for that to take place. And there is guidance and instruction given in that. With this being said, there are changes that happen each step of the way. But the practices that have been given here are for the most part quite simple to learn. Balanced breath, and the ones that start to break down barriers, and the ones that, again, start to bring expansion. And then we have other ones for those later in the path to be able to cut through things as well. But all of these steps are in place to get one to be able to sit with things that are coming up and to be able to observe and question and go deeper than what is on the surface, you know. And so basically, that's a quick breakdown of what this path is. Like I said, it's not for those that are wanting to come in and have, you know, have this victim mentality and want people to, you know, run around them and, you know, cater to that victimology. Because when you do that, you keep victimizing yourself. Nobody else is at that point of continuing to victimize you. You victimize yourself, and you have to learn how to get out of the victim mentality, and there is a way to do so. Okay. Again, I think there are enough videos out there that really talk about each step along the way and what takes place. Even if one gets to realization, they're not done. The first falling away, deconstruction that takes place, there is still some mind play that comes in and out for a time, and one is not done and fully solidify for a good 10 to 12 years after the first falling away. And then when one gets to that point, then there's another shift that takes place as well. In the last shift that happens, one goes full circle and comes back into life and the play of life as it is. Okay, so we will leave it at that for now, and we will talk more about that later. But at this point, really, most people's direction is learning to live with honesty, integrity, transparency, and just to really get a good foundation in place, and to be able to not be in denial and not be playing the pity party or the blame game or whatever it is that they've done in the past to try to soothe themselves and make themselves right, etc., etc., because it does nothing to aid in breaking through the mental spin and the suffering that comes along with that. Okay, so the aim here is to get people out of suffering and get them to a more balanced direction in life so that they can have a nice, clear conscience and be able to navigate life on its terms without being drug around by extraneous emotional baggage. So we'll leave it at that. Namaste. Have a great day. Bye.